Okay, let's discuss about business skills if you want to be a millionaire. Talking about business skills, there are a lot of things that you need to consider as a business person in order to actually be a billionaire if you want to move to the next level. Now we are going to discuss about product innovation. Product innovation involves creating new products or significantly improving existing ones to better address customers' needs and create a competitive advantage. It can involve also developing entire new products, adding new features or functionalities to the existing ones which you have, or even redesigning them from scratch. You can do them from scratch. The goal is to deliver more value to the customer and differentiate the product from the competitors. A few things to consider while doing that. We have some core principles of product innovation. You have to look at customer centric, which involve innovation should also be driven by understanding and addressing customers' needs, wants, and pain points. Then we have value driven, which involve the innovation should add real value to the customer, whether through better performance, enhanced usability, or new features. Then we have competitive advantage. The product innovation helps business to stand out in the market and gain a competitive edge. Then we have different types of product innovation, which involves new product development, which entails creating entirely new products or product categories that solve the needs or open up a new market. Then we have product improvement, which involves enhancing existing products with new features, functionalities, or design changes. Then we have incremental innovation, which involves making small but meaningful improvements to existing products to enhance their performance or usability. Then we have the benefit that you can get from product innovation, which involves increased customer satisfaction by meeting or exceeding customer expectations. Innovative products can lead to greater customer satisfaction and loyalty. The second one is enhanced brand reputation. A reputation for innovation can help businesses attract and retain customers as well as building strong brand image. Another one is improved market position. Product innovation can help businesses capture market share and gain a competitive advantage. Then we have increased revenue and profit. New or improved products can generate additional revenue and improve profitability. I can give an example of product innovation like Apple's iPhone, which is a revolutionary smartphone that changed the mobile industry. Then we have this one, Tesla's electric vehicles, a disruptive technology that is changing the automotive industry. Then we have the Amazon Kindle, which is a groundbreaking e-reader that revolutionized the book industry. The next point in business skills is revenue generation, which is the process in which a business uses to create income and increase profitability. It involves activities such as promotion, marketing, selling, planning the product or services to bring money. This process extends beyond just sales and it includes strategies for improving overall financial performance. Then we have some key aspects on revenue generation, which involves what we have already said, which is planning and strategy that involve developing a plan to identify potential revenue streams and target customers. We have marketing, which is promoting products or services to reach a wider audience and generate interest. We have sales, which involve closing deals and converting leads into paying customers. We have service, providing excellent customer service to build loyal and encourage repeat business. Then we have pricing, which involve determining appropriate price that balance profitability and market demand. Coming to another one is customer acquisition, attract new customers through effective market and sales effort. Customer retention, which is keeping existing customers engaged and satisfied to encourage repeat purchases. Then we have innovation, which involves developing new products, services, or business models to create new revenue opportunities. Revenue generating activities include product sales, which involve selling physical products or digital products. Another one is service fees, charging for professional services or consulting. We have subscription, which includes offering recurring subscription to access content or services. Then we have advertising, which involves generating revenue by displaying ads on a platform. Another one is affiliated marketing, which involves promoting other companies' products or services in earning a commission on sales. Then we have membership fee, which involves charging for access to exclusive content or services. Then the third business skills is which we are going to talk about is about asset allocation, which we are going to discuss right now. Asset allocation refers to an investment strategy in which an individual divide their investment portfolios between different diverse assets classes to minimize investment risks. The asset classes fall into three broad categories, which involve equities, fixed income, and cash in equivalents. Anything outside these three categories, e.g., real estate, commodities, is often referred to as alternative assets. So, as we are talking about asset allocation, we are going to look at pricing, payment processing. Then we have different factors affecting our asset allocation decision. Here we are going to talk when making investment decision on investors' portfolio distribution is influenced by factors such as maybe personal goals, level of risk tolerance, and investment horizon. Coming to goal factors, a goal factor are individuals' aspiration to achieve a given level of return or saving for a particular reason or desire. Therefore, different goals affect how a person invests or risks. Then we have risk tolerance. Talking about risk tolerance, it refers to how much an individual is willing and able to lose a given amount of their original investment in anticipation of getting a higher return in the future. For example, risk-averse investors withhold their portfolio in favor of more secure assets. In contrast, more aggressive investors risk most of their investment in anticipation of high returns. Then we have time horizons. The time horizon factor depends on the duration an investor is going to invest. Most of the time, it depends on the goal of the investment. Similarly, different time horizon entail different risk tolerance. For example, a long-term investment strategy may prompt an investor to invest in a more volatile or high-risk portfolio since the dynamics of the economy are uncertain and may change in favor of the investor. However, investors with short-term goals may not invest in their riskier portfolios. Then, how asset allocation works. Now, I want to describe definitely how asset allocation works. Financial advisors usually advise that to reduce the level of volatility of portfolios, investors must diversify their investment into various assets. Such basic reasoning is that makes asset allocation popular in portfolios management because different asset classes will always provide different returns. Thus, investors will receive a shield to guard against the deterioration of their investment. Giving an example of asset allocation, let's say James is in a process of creating a financial plan for his retirement. Therefore, he wants to invest his $10,000 saving for a time horizon of 5 years. So, his financial advisor may advise James to diversify his portfolio across the three major categories at a mix of 50, 40, and 10 among stocks, bonds, and cash. His portfolio may look like this. Let's start with stocks. Small caps growth stocks, you can give 25%. Large caps value stocks, 15%. International stocks, 10%. Bonds, government bonds, 15%. High yield bonds, you can give 25%. When it comes to cash, money market can be 10%. The distribution of his investment across their three broad categories, therefore, may look like $5,000, $4,000, and $1,000. Talking about the strategies for asset allocation, in asset allocation, there is no fixed rule on how an investor may invest, and each financial advisor follows a different approach. The following are the top 2 strategies used to influence investors' decision. Number 1 is age-based asset allocation. In age-based asset allocation, the investment decision is based on the age of the investors. Therefore, most of the financial advisors advise investors to make the stock investment decision based on a deduction of their age from a base value of 100. The figure depends on the life expectancy of the investor. The higher the life expectancy, the higher the portfolio of investment committed to riskier arenas such as stock market. Giving an example in a few. Using the previous example, let's assume that James is now at 50 years and he is looking forward to retire at 60. According to the age-based investment approach, his advisor may advise him to invest in stocks in proportion of 50%, then the rest in other assets. This is because when you subtract his age 50 from 100 base value, you will get 50. Another one is life cycle fund asset allocation. In life cycle fund allocation or targeted date, investors maximize their return on investment based on factors such as their investment goals, their risk tolerance, and their age. This kind of portfolio structure is complex due to standardization issues. In fact, every investor has unique different across the 3 factors. Starting in a few, let's say James' original investment is 50-50. After a time horizon of 5 years, his risk tolerance against stock may increase to 15%. As a result, he may sell his 15% of bonds and reinvest the proportion in stocks. His new mix will be 65-35. This ratio may continue to change over time based on the 3 factors: investment goal, risk tolerance, and age. Examples of other strategies include cost weight asset allocation, The constant weights asset allocations is based on the buy and hold policy. That is, if a stock loses value, investors buy more of it. However, if it increases in price, they sell a bigger proportion. The goal is to ensure the proportion never deviates by more than 5% of the original mix. Another one is tactical asset allocation. This one addresses the challenges that result from strategy asset allocation related to the long run investment policy. Therefore, tactical asset allocation aims to maximize short term investment strategies. As a result, it adds more flexibility in coping with the market dynamics so that the investors invest in higher turning assets. Insured asset allocation for investors averse to risk. The insured asset allocation is the ideal strategy to adopt. It involves setting a base asset value from which the portfolio should not drop. If it drops, the investor takes the necessary action to avert the risk. Otherwise, as far as they get a value slightly higher than the base asset value, they can comfortably buy, hold, or even sell. Then we have dynamic asset allocation. This one is the most popular type of investment strategy. It enables investors to adjust their investment proportion based on the highs and lows of the market and gains and losses in the economy.